Good morning, everyone. My name is Sebastian Paranga, student ID number 311221050 from Dian Nusantara University. Today, I will be presenting a topic on semantics, which is the study of meaning in language. We will discuss how words can represent objects or idea in the real world. Our main focus will be on three key concepts: reference, references, and sense. In addition, I will also explain the relationship between sense, such as synonyms, antonyms, and so on. Okay, first of all, what is semantics? So, semantics is a branch of linguistics that studies meaning in language. So, semantics doesn't deal with sentence structure or grammar, but rather focuses on the meaning of words, phrases, and sentences. Through semantics, we learn how word can convey ideas or concept. For example, the word key. Key can mean an object used to open or locks doors, but it also means something essential to solving a problem. So the meaning can vary depending on the context. So, how do words convey meaning? This is where we encounter three important terms. There are referent, reference, and sense. First one, reference. Reference is the actual object that a word refers to. For example, if I say the apple, the reference is the real apple that exists. Second, reference is the relationship between a word and the object it refers to. For instance, if I say the tallest mountain in the world, the reference is Mount Everest. So the word can change, but the reference remains the same. And for a sense, it's the meaning that exists in our mind. For example, like the word doctor, even if we don't know which doctor is being referred to, but we understand that it means someone who works in the medical field. Why are sense relations important? Because they help us understand words more systematically. Since one word can be related to others' word, it's important to understand those relationships as well. So, here are some example of meaning relations. Synonymy. So, synonymy is words that have similar meanings. For example, happy and joyful. Antonymy is words with opposite meaning. Like example, light and dark. And for hyponymy is a word that falls under a more general category. For example, dog is a type of animal. And for homonymy and polysemy, it are words that have the same form but different meanings. For homonymy, the meanings are unrelated. For example, like in Indonesia, the word bisa have two meaning. Bisa means poison. For example, like ular itu berbisa, so the poison, the snake is poison. And the other meanings, bisa means can or be able to. For, for example, like saya bisa melakukan itu. I can do it. And for polysemy, the meanings are related. Like the example in the PPT, pet have two meanings. One of them means part of the body, and the others means leaders of the group. Okay, now we move to understanding reference and references. Let's start with reference. So, a reference is the actual real world object that a word refers to. For example, the phrase Mount Everest refers refers to the actual mountain located in the Himalayas. Or if like the word cat refers to a specific animals like a tabby cat named Whiskers. Then we have reference, which is the relationship between the word and the object. For example, like the capital of Japan refers to Tokyo, but this reference will always point to the Tokyo, even though the words are different from the actual city. So this reference, because the phrase has a meaning that points to a specific object in the real world. So the difference between reference and reference is for the reference is the physical object, and for reference is the meaningful link to that object. For example, uh, the sun has a reference to the main star of our solar system, while the reference is the actual sun we see in the sky. Now we move to alternative theories of meaning. So, definition of sense. So, sense is the conceptual meaning of a word or phrase. It's how we generally understand the word without being tied to the specific objects. It's the mental image or idea associated with the word. For example, the word student has the sense of someone who is studying at school or university, but the referent can vary or can change. It could be John, Maria, or anyone else. The difference between sense and reference is very important. Sense is meaning in the mind, and for reference is the link to something in the real world. For example, the capital of France refers to the same place. Like no, like about the capital of France and Paris both refer to the same location, like the actual city. But the phrase the capital of France has a different sense as it refers to Paris in its political and administrative capacity, while Paris is the city itself without the emphasis on its role as a capital. Okay, now we move to the last one is sense relations. So sense relations refer to the meaning relationship between words. Words do not exist in isolation. They are connected to each other in various ways. By understanding this relationship, we can use language more accurately and flexibly. Here are some common types of sense relations include the example. So there are synonymy, antonymy. For synonymy is a word with similar meaning. Antonymy, a word with opposite meaning. Eponymy, specific word within a broader category. Hypernymy is the broader category. Homonymy is a words with the same form but completely different meanings. Polysemy is one word with different but related meaning. And meronymy, a word that donate, denotes part of something. Holonymy is the opposite, a word that denotes the whole. So, there are several examples that we can see in the slides for common types of sense relations. For conclusion, referent, reference, and sense are key concepts in understanding meaning. The referent refers to the actual object. Reference is the relationship between the word and the object, and sense is the conceptual meaning of the word. Understanding relationships like synonymy, antonymy, and polysemy helps us view words as a part of language system, not in isolation. This enhanced vocabulary, reading comprehension, and clearer, more effective communication. Thank you for your attention. I hope my presentation was clear and understandable for all of you. I apologize for any mistakes or shortcomings. See you guys. Thank you and good afternoon.